Great to have you with us. 888-900-3393. Also, Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Now they finally arrested SBF. Sam Bankman-Fried has been arrested in the Bahamas. SBF's arrest followed a receipt of formal notification from the United States that it has filed criminal charges against him and is likely to request his extradition. The arrest was the latest stunning development in one of the most dramatic falls from grace in recent corporate history. Mr. Bankman-Fried, 30, was scheduled to testify in Congress today about the collapse of FTX.
Yeah, he was going to do that remotely because he said his schedule is kind of full.
Oh yeah, we don't want to interrupt him.
Yeah,
while he's doing important fraud.
So now,
far be it from us.
Now it won't be remotely. Apparently
not. Wow. I mean, he imploded, as the article says, virtually overnight last month after a run on deposits exposed an $8 billion hole in the accounts. The criminal charges against him included wire fraud conspiracy, securities fraud conspiracy, and money laundering, not to mention defrauding investors, which they just added, I think, right? Mm-hmm. That's a latecomer. So now I guess we wait and see. Is anything going to come of this? Will we actually convict a guy who is so in bed with Democrats?
Totally. I mean, congratulations to the Democrat Party for holding the Senate and using SBF to do that. And now they're gonna. Now you got the Democrat House in the last days of their power trying to. I can't figure this out. I don't know if they're gonna call him up there so they can quickly sweep this under the rug and be like, "See, we took care of Republicans. You don't have to worry. No, don't be looking under there. No, we're good." I don't know if that's why things are moving so quickly, but a lot of people have pointed out, and I think this needs to be known. SBF not suicidal. Okay. As he awaits.
Has he said that? Do we know that from his own mouth?
You know what? We don't know that. So
right.
Maybe
have we checked on all the video cameras at the jail he's going to be housed in? Do we think that they're all in working order?
Where is Hillary Clinton right now?
Oh man.
Do we know her whereabouts?
Amazing. You mentioned the money he spent on keeping the Senate for the Democrats and all of that. This was the first time in history that every Senate incumbent won. Every single Senate incumbent. As much as we hate Congress and we can't stand these people and we want them out of office, we sure vote them right back in every single time.
Do we? Yeah. It's interesting how historic these last two elections have been and all these anomalies that before had never occurred.
I know.
Neat.
It's interesting. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Just food for thought.
Yeah.
So last night, Elon Musk tweeted out, follow, and an emoji of a rabbit. Okay. Now, that seems to be a reference to...
follow the rabbit down the hole.
Right.
We're going down the rabbit hole here, kids. Here we go.
Alice in Wonderland, right?
Yep.
How is that anything to do with
you're
QAnon?
You're not a leftist. Okay. And so when someone you don't like tweets something you don't understand,
it has to do with QAnon?
Then it has to be the worst possible thing.
Yeah, well,
and
true.
Of course, the left has just lost their minds in QAnon and I guess a white rabbit. I have no idea, dude. I don't know.
They say they tweeted out. So who is this? Caroline?
Some doctor.
Somebody.
Some leftist.
Yeah. Elon Musk is now explicitly encouraging his 120 million followers to start following QAnon. No, that's not explicit. If I don't even understand the reference, that's not explicit. Put differently, Elon Musk is encouraging his 120 million followers to join a domestic terrorism movement.
I have no idea, man.
What?
Nobody knows. But
QAnon's a domestic terrorism movement?
See, this is just a sampling of what the left was doing last night on Twitter in response to this innocuous tweet. And it's not even a white rabbit, I'd like to point out. It's like, gray, actually. But anyway. it's been absolute entertainment watching the left respond to everything Elon Musk types.
They melt down. They melt down over everything he does. And what was it? A year and a half, maybe 2 years ago, that he was their hero. They loved him. They loved everything about him. Super climate change guy to the point where he wants to leave this planet and start a new planet elsewhere. Mm-hmm. He was the darling of the left. Now, one sentence, vote Republican, and they hate his guts to the point where they're trying to drive him out of business. It's really something to see. And the White House still talking about Elon Musk and just how mean he is to Dr. Anthony Fauci. Oh, he's so mean. Here's what happened with KJP.
On, Dr. Anthony Fauci over the weekend calling for his prosecution. He shared some other memes about him and suggested he's lying about the origins of the coronavirus. What's your response? First of all, specifically to the attacks on Dr. Fauci, and second, how is your view of Twitter as a sort of public forum and a forum for yourself and for the president and many other officials here? How are those views evolving?
So look, we've been very clear about this. These attacks, these personal attacks that we have been seeing are dangerous on Dr. Fauci and other public health professionals as well. They are disgusting and they are divorced from reality. And we will continue to call that out and be very clear about that. Again, these are incredibly dangerous, these personal attacks that we are seeing.
Oh, shut
Dr. Fauci has served under 7 Republican and Democratic presidents. We cannot forget that. He has given his almost entire career to civil service, as a public servant. Mm-hmm. His work on infectious disease from HIV/AIDS to COVID has saved countless lives.
Yeah. Countless.
And it's unfortunate that he has. We are fortunate, I should say, that he has devoted his career and his life.
Let me see. Wait, I read that wrong for a
second.
second.
Exceptional talent to America's public health, and that's what should be discussed right now. That's what we should be thankful to him about.
Really?
And again, these are incredibly dangerous and should be called out.
Incredibly dangerous. Call them out.
Boy, the sycophants for Fauci are circling the wagon, man.
Gosh.
Circling the wagons right now. In his defense, it's something to behold.
Because you say something about him on Twitter, that's incredibly dangerous. Wow. Yeah. Then about 300 million of us are in grave danger right now because a lot of bad things have been said about virtually everybody on Twitter. It's incredibly dangerous. Oh,
yeah, I mean, the machine is scared right now. They're terrified of all of this information that Elon Musk has access to and what is potentially going to come out now about how they suppressed COVID information. The networks, of course, have covered the Twitter file drop 0 minutes, grand total.
Wow.
And I mean, they want this to go away.
Really? It's none?
It's a fact.
No coverage?
Yeah, no coverage whatsoever.
Wow.
Correct. NBC, ABC, CBS.
That's crazy. That's just nuts. And we have John Brennan, former Obama administration official. He had some tweets.
Yeah, they're trying to defend Fauci here on Twitter, ironically enough.
Against Elon. Mm-hmm. He says, good people in democracies. What does that have to do with us, John? Nothing. As you know, we're not a democracy. Good people in democracies need a more effective way to prevent attention-craving, emotionally immature, and highly devious individuals, especially those of means, from being socially, culturally, and politically destructive.
Wow, are they protesting just a little bit too much right now?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Also, Dr. Fauci is a national hero who will be remembered for generations to come for his innate goodness and many contributions to public health. Despite your business success, you will be remembered most for fueling public hate and divisions. I guess that's to Elon. Mm-hmm. You may have money, but you have no class. So Elon tweeted out, yeah, your house is glass. Maybe you shouldn't be throwing stones.
Put that in your pipe.
For sure.
Yeah.
John Brennan, you just need to please go away. Please. You've done enough damage, haven't you? When will he decide he's done enough damage?
He's the guy who said...
agonizing.
What did he say about terrorists? I don't know. Remember John Brennan said, what did he say? Oh, you might have it in the old box there?
I don't know, maybe.
Oh, come on. What have I got?
On my travels, the city I have come to love most is Al-Quds.
Al-Quds.
Jerusalem. Where three great... The president's strategy is absolutely clear about the threat we face.
Okay.
Our enemy is not terrorism, because terrorism is but a tactic.
But a tactic.
Our enemy is not terror, because terror is a state of mind.
Is a state of mind.
As Americans, we refuse to live in fear. Mm-hmm. Nor do we describe our enemy as jihadists or Islamists, because jihad is a holy struggle, a legitimate tenet of Islam, meaning to purify oneself and one's community.
Gosh, darn it.
And there is nothing holy or legitimate or Islamic about murdering innocent men, women, and children.
Okay. Good stuff.
So ignore everything they ever said about why they're doing these things and what their motivation is. I'm going to assign a new motivation to it for them.
Well, why don't we just do this? Why don't we just say what Elon Musk is doing? He's on a jihad to get to the truth, and then John Brennan will be okay with it.
Yeah.
It's a holy struggle from Elon.
Be nice if that would work. That'd be nice. President Biden announced also that he's bailing out a struggling union pension fund. We found this out, I think, last Thursday. $36 billion of taxpayer money. Largest federal bailout of a pension fund ever. Central States Pension Fund, which provides benefits to Teamsters union members in the trucking, warehouse, and construction industries, was projected to run out of money by 2025 due to rising inflation, weak stock markets, and a lack of active workers participating in the fund.
Okay. That's good they bailed them out.
Yeah, don't worry about it. The government will take care of it for you.
You and I will, for sure.
Biden plans to save the fund from insolvency by using money from his $1.9 trillion American Rescue Plan, which even Democrat lawmakers admit caused the country's record-high inflation. The announcement comes a week after Biden upset rail workers by not backing their strike.
There you go.
To fight for paid sick leave.
There it is.
Blowing his campaign commitment to become the most pro-union president in U.S. history. He wants to have it both ways, and he's not going to be able to on this one. Just not going to be able to. They're ruining the economy. They're ruining America's major cities. I told you, I think, the other day about my daughter made this video. It's kind of a collage of the things she saw in Portland as she was driving back to the airport to fly back to Utah. So she took this video and put it together. And here's a look at what she saw in Portland. It's really impressive what the Democrats have done with this city.
Yeah. Now it's got music here that I don't think we can play.
Oh yeah, we got to we got to turn that down.
But boy, it looks good, man. Nice little town there, Portland.
Mm-hmm. And just the quick shots. She actually did. It's kind of cool when it's set to the music. So it's not quite as effective. Without the music, but there it is. I mean, look at that beautiful city. Wouldn't you want to live there?
And these are all different shots, too, man.
Yeah. They're all over the place. This is on the, I don't know how many miles it was to the airport, but
I mean, how do you even govern a town like that?
I don't know. And how do you allow that to happen? You just let it continue. And it is still continuing. It's getting worse by the day. And they're just sitting back and watching. Oh, yeah, there's another tent city. Isn't that great? Huh.
I'm guessing that those homeless people don't pay property taxes.
That would be my guess, yeah. I would guess that as well.
Well,
something else.
The day will come when property owners say, you know what? I don't want to pay my taxes. Because, I mean, look, all these freeloaders aren't paying. When's that day come?
Yeah.
I mean, we actually surprisingly made it through as a society when mortgage loan forgiveness was happening. When, you know, some people were still making payments. Others were like, nah, not gonna.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. We are every day becoming more and more lawless.
Yep.
It's fun.
It is fun.
It's cool, man.
It's great.
Merry Christmas.
Let me tell you about Thunderstorm air purifiers with proven oxy technology. It quickly destroys viruses, odors, mold, and all kinds of things. It cleans the air. It doesn't just cover it up with some nasty scent.
Before tomorrow, when Jeffy sits in this chair, can we plug one in behind the chair there? Just let it do its thing?
I think we probably could. Yeah, we probably could.
All right.
And just get this air purified, because it is nice to have the air cleansed instead of just perfumed.
Thank you.
Jeez, I can't take it.
Gross, man.
Over 265 thunderstorms have been sold. So these people can't be wrong, right? Never breathe dirty air again. There's no filters to buy. There's no filters to change. It's not a big, complicated system that you have to worry about how to take care of it and how to use it. You pop up the outlet, you plug it into the wall, you turn it on. And you're done. Wow. It's really awesome.
It's something so simple, a Keith could do it.
Yeah, or me. And I mean, I am not handy at all. But I was able to master this. It was pretty amazing. Because, again, it's a two-step process. Pop up the outlet, plug it in. Well, 3 steps, and turn it on.
Oh, you got to turn it on?
You do have to turn it on.
Now you tell me.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Have your wife do that part.
Okay, sure.
Go to EdenPureDeals.com. That's EDEN. EdenPureDeals.com. Use the discount code PAT3, and you'll save $200. That's 3 Thunderstorm air purifiers to put wherever they're needed for under $200. Shipping is free.
My mouth's bleeding, Bert! My mouth's bleeding! Zoot pedals! Zoot! There they are! Bert! What do you know about that? Merry Christmas!
Pat Gray. A lot of people have been sending us a story that went unnoticed a couple months ago when it was posted at CNN.com.
Oh, there's why it went unnoticed.
Because nobody goes to CNN.com.
Boy, we
or
take
CNN.
So many arrows for this audience.
Our pets are part of the climate problem. Huh.
Okay.
These tips can help you minimize their carbon paw prints. Isn't that adorable?
I get it.
That's really cute.
It's cute.
Yeah. Because it's not a footprint. They don't have feet. They have paws. Okay? All right. Our four-legged friends don't drive gas-guzzling SUVs or use energy-sucking appliances, but that doesn't mean they don't have a climate impact. In fact, researchers have shown that pets play a significant role in the climate crisis. But what do Barkley and Whiskers have to do with our warming planet?
Who's naming their cat Whiskers?
Or Barkley?
Barkley.
It's the products we buy for them that need a closer look. Their meat-heavy diet is the biggest contributor to their carbon paw print, which requires an abundance of energy, land, and water to produce. And the production of pet food emits huge amounts of planet-warming gases.
It never ends, man.
What if we just euthanize them all? Let's just put them all to sleep.
Okay, so there's something going along with this story that says that's what the WEF would just
recommend
prefer
to do.
You do. Just
oh
you know what?
Gosh.
Get rid of your pets. They take up too much.
According to a 2017 study, feeding dogs and cats creates the equivalent of around 64 million tons of carbon dioxide in the U.S. each year. That's roughly the same impact as 13.6 million cars on the road. And if our furry friends formed a separate country, it would rank 5th in global meat consumption behind China, the U.S., Brazil, and Russia. Wow.
A nation of animals.
Yep. We got to get rid of them. So what's a concerned pet parent to do? Here's some ways you can minimize the environmental impact. I can't wait to hear.
There'll be a quiz later.
Do an assessment of your pet's diet. Cats are carnivores, of course. Dogs, on the other hand, are omnivores. They don't necessarily need to have meat every meal, let alone sirloin steak.
I'm not turning my dog into a vegetarian. Stop it.
Insect-based pet foods. insect-based pet foods
Get out my face.
can be nutritionally complete and are starting to come onto the market around the world. They could also be a solution for some pets that have food allergies to traditional protein sources. Oh, good.
That is good, right?
Yum. While items like toys, bowls, litter, poop bags, and leashes are often necessary for your pet, looking at their durability, supply chains, and whether they can be recycled is equally important as the product itself. For cats, seek the most environmentally friendly litter option that your feline will accept, such as ones made from organic materials rather than clay.
Go to PetSmart and have that conversation. Look, I love my whiskers here, but also love Mama Earth.
And I'm looking for something super environmentally friendly.
And then like the teenager working there would be like, well, this is on sale. I mean, come on, stop.
For dogs, choose biodegradable poop bags and always pick it up, no matter where you are. Okay. They also recommend flushing pet poop straight down the toilet.
Okay, all right. A line too far. Stop.
Like I'm going to pick it up, walk it to the toilet.
I'm going to take it inside?
No, thank you. I'm not going to do that. Nobody's going to do that.
These people are insane.
The general rule is that larger pets will have a larger climate impact than smaller ones, primarily because they need more food. So you might consider smaller breeds or species if you're aiming to minimize your impact on the planet. A Chihuahua's carbon paw print will be much smaller than a St. Bernard, for example.
Oh, okay. Thanks for doing the math for that. They're CNN.
Small rodents and birds are great options, too. Snakes, turtles, and reptiles can have a really low impact, too, for those that are into it.
So trade in your best friend for what was it? A snake, a rodent, or
turtle?
No.
Reptile? Sure.
Nah, I'm not gonna do
Bird?
that. Appreciate the advice.
You're not gonna do that?
No.
Oh well.
I'm just.
And then the WEF just put him to sleep, and we won't have to bother with it.
Yeah.
All right.
Boy,
it's a good idea.
Yeah, you flip through this book that Mary Beth sent us. All the cute animals. I mean, I can't. Can you imagine trading in these faces for rodents or snakes or lizards?
No.
I don't think so.
Nope.
Aww. Cute little pups.
Adorable.
I mean, this world is insane. And it gets crazier and crazier by the hour.
U.S. scientists, too, are making a major breakthrough in limitless zero-carbon fusion energy, according to a new report. Scientists at a California laboratory have reportedly made a monumental breakthrough in harnessing the power of fusion. The scientists working at Lawrence Livermore National Laboratory recently achieved a net energy gain in a fusion reactor, according to the Financial Times, citing 3 people with knowledge of the experiment. This sends me back to the Pons Fleischmann days in 1989 at the University of Godless Animals.
Oh, the liars?
Uh-huh.
When they lied and said that...
that they had performed cold fusion.
Yeah, cold fusion.
Mm-hmm. Scientists have been struggling since the 1950s to harness the fusion reaction that powers the sun. Yeah, it's hard. But no group has been able to produce more energy from the reaction than it consumes. Well, except for Pons and Fleischmann at the University of Utah. Though developing fusion power stations at scale is still decades away, the breakthrough has significant implications as the world seeks to wean itself of fossil fuels, which oil and gas aren't. Fusion reactions emit zero carbon and don't produce any long-lasting radioactive waste. Per the Times, a small cup of hydrogen fuel could potentially power a house for hundreds of years.
Nice.
If we could just get there, I mean, it would stop all this BS about climate change. That's why I think they don't really want to do it. They really don't want that to happen.
So that's exciting, right?
It is exciting. Yep. The minute somebody comes up with a cold fusion process that actually works, well, then the world is completely changed. Completely changed. And we don't have to hear this nonsense anymore about oil, about gas, about climate change, about how we're killing the planet. None of that stuff.
About feeding insects to you and your pets.
Yeah, asinine. It's just all so ridiculous.
I'd like to see where this goes.
Yeah. Be fascinating to watch it unfold. Maybe it'll be the last we ever hear of it. I don't know, because that happens too sometimes.
That's a great point. We might be sitting around 5 years from now. Hey, whatever happened? Remember that story?
Yeah, what happened to that guy? Where is he?
What's that laboratory? What was it called again? You remember?
Yeah.
We talked about it on the show, about where they did the fusion deal.
I just watched the movie Tucker. Have you ever seen that?
Is it a documentary?
No. No, it's one of the few things I've watched that isn't a documentary lately.
No,
but
I'm not familiar.
It stars Jeff Bridges from I think it came out in 1988, and it was about Preston Tucker, who invented the Tucker automobile. And he had things like disc brakes and windshields that are shatterproof. And I think he came up with power steering and there was fuel injection. 1940s. He invented all of that stuff.
Oh no.
Put it into the car, and of course the big three shut him down.
I was about to say Detroit found him.
Detroit found him and made his life miserable. And they put an end to it with their connections in Washington, D.C. And so he got prosecuted at the end. He had to go to trial, proved himself innocent of any fraud. But they made it so difficult on him. Like they had all these standards. Okay, if you get this plant, because he had to get this massive plant that had been abandoned after the war because we weren't producing anything in it anymore. So they needed to give it to somebody. They gave it to him, but they gave him all these restrictions on what he had to do to keep it, and it was producing untold amounts of cars in a very short amount of time that was impossible, especially then. And so eventually they shut him down.
At some point, you just have to throw up your hands and say, you know what, screw it. Society doesn't deserve my invention at this point.
Yeah,
I mean, granted, it would have made his life a lot better had he been allowed to be successful.
All of our lives would have been better.
So that's different than the documentary that everybody tells me about, and I've never seen, Who Killed the Electric Car. That's going to be a different person that Detroit went after, huh?
Yeah,
because I think the electric car was
not
in
electric.
Maybe the 80s or something like that.
Really?
And
interesting.
I know that there is a substantial amount of this audience listening right now who are very familiar with that, and I should find it. But Who Killed the Electric Car? Anyway.
But that's what happens.
That's what happens.
Because you're threatening other people's, monopoly.
And so many times it's big business in bed with the government keeping this stuff from happening.
Right.
So many times.
In that case, it was Detroit in bed with Washington. And who knows? I mean, have there been cancer cures that have been shut down because there's way too much money to be made in the treatment of cancer? So if that ever goes away, then what do you do? How many things are there like that?
I mean, then you stop and you think of loved ones that you've lost to cancer, and if someone was holding back a cure, give me 5 minutes alone with them.
I know. But that kind of stuff goes on. It's not, shadowy conspiracy either. It's out there in the light. Everybody knows. Everybody knows it happens and has happened multiple times, not just to Tucker, but many times to many people. They just don't want to hear it. One of the lines in the movie was, hey, did he get everything he promised? And the guy said, no, but he's done enough to make us spend billions in order to just keep up. So they don't want to. They don't want to have to do any of these innovations when they don't have them.
And that's sad because you think of how the 5,000 Year Leap is a great book that everyone must read. You think of how much progress we have made just in such a short time.
Yeah.
But then you hear something like that and you think, oh my gosh, we could have actually even been further down the road of amazing technology if we had just let people be. I mean, that's the whole premise of Atlas Shrugged right there, is keeping something that can help society, keeping it from getting out.
Yeah.
And making sure you shut down the creators.
Any kind of innovation at all. 888-900-3393. More Pat Gray Unleashed coming up. Your caffeinated Texan tweets. Must KJP start every friggin' sentence with, look, we've been very clear.
Gosh.
Really, yes, it is annoying. Really annoying. And she's lying. Every time she says, look.
Yep.
And she does start almost every sentence with that. So she's lying
you gotta
virtually
love
every time.
That Democrat administration condescension factor baked in.
Yeah. Yep.
Look, we've been clear.
Yeah. You people just can't apparently get it, despite the fact that we've been very clear. Mike D. Whitey. The left is clutching their Fauci like never before. They do not want him looked into in any way. Adrian says, if you believe animal farts will destroy the planet, then you're certifiably insane. Yeah. Squatching Duck, the WEF recently watched Old Yeller and really liked what they saw.
Oh, too soon. Wow.
Oh, man. White Mike, the shark scientist, goes goblin mode.
Yeah.
The country is forgiving current lawbreakers and making criminals out of the current law followers.
There you go. It sounds like a healthy way to run a society, right?
Oh, sure. Yeah. The opposite society. It sounds like a great way to get that going. Yesterday, National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan was asked a simple question. How many people are crossing the border who you have no idea who they are? And here's his wonderful response.
Does the U.S. government have any sense of how many people are coming across that there is no visibility on? How many people are crossing that you have no idea who they are?
I'm sorry, I'm not sure I understand the question.
How many people crossing the border that the U.S. government has no idea?
All of
estimates of how many people crossing aren't giving their name, aren't giving IDs, aren't able to verify who they are.
So we do have estimates of how many encounters there are at the border on a daily basis. We have processes and procedures in place to identify those individuals, to process them in an orderly fashion, and then to do what is appropriate based on that processing. And we have believed that system is a system that does an effective job of being able to determine who is coming across the border and what the right way to deal with their case is.
Ooh, I'm convinced. The hell was that?
They have no idea
No idea
who these people are. They're at the complete mercy of the people telling them.
And they don't care.
Yeah, I'm Bob Smith. Okay, Bob Smith. Here's your court date.
Okay.
You'll show up, right? Yeah, I'll be there. You pinky promise? Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which way to Martha's Vineyard?
And it was another great day for the decrepit Joe Biden.
Oh, God.
Man, oh, man.
He's not good.
Here he is getting lost on stage again. Has to be led out by a little girl. That's always good. There she is.
Now, have you ever watched this? Now, watch this. Have you ever seen him walk this fast, Pat? If a little girl, a preteen girl, is leading him away, watch this. Have you ever watched it? He's never looked that confident in a stride ever. That is amazing.
But he was lost again.
Yeah.
He has no idea where to go, what to do when the thing ends. So weird. Okay. There's a little girl. She's going to help me.
Yeah. I mean, and maybe that's the key. Maybe I hate to put the little girl in this position, but maybe you always have a little girl somewhere off stage, and he will
step right on over there.
Yep.
Yeah. Also, our vice president yesterday, brilliant. I don't know. She was swearing in a mayor. Does that happen? Is the vice president's job to swear in the mayor of D.C. or something?
Weird. I don't know.
Very weird.
Let me see here.
But watch her reaction. She swears in the mayor and then just starts cackling.
According to my best ability.
Madam Mayor.
What are you laughing about?
This is LA.
And this cuts off too soon, but she continues to cackle after that. Yeah. It's so bizarre. What are you laughing about? You swore in a mayor. Is that funny? Since when is that funny?
She is such an awkward human being.
So weird.
Yeah, that was Karen Bass. The Los Angeles mayor. How's that funny? I was just telling you she was swearing in the mayor of Los Angeles. I mean,
I don't get it.
I don't either. She is the most socially awkward human being.
She is. Yeah, she really is.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, that is a... That's
for no reason out of nowhere. You just start that weird witch's cackle. Why?
Somebody should make a horror flick, and in the background, like at a scary moment, scary scene, you just kind of slip in Kamala cackle somewhere in the background.
That would be great. Instead of smile, it's cackle.
Starring the Vice President of the United States.
As soon as somebody starts cackling, you're going to be killed.
Oh, no. Oh, this is a good... All right, somebody work on that. Somebody make a little short film for YouTube. Cackle.
Somebody sent us this from Australia. They've got a surcharge on drinks now because they're cold.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
Yeah.
I mean, they will find an excuse for anything.
Surcharge for cold drink. 20 cents for under 1.5 liters. No idea how much that is. It could be, an ounce. It could be 7,000 gallons. I don't know. 50 cents for above 1.5 liters. So you're charging them for refrigeration, I guess?
I guess. That's what people were asking. Like, what is this all about? Do we have the sign? There it is. See? Boy, that's a pleasant sign there. Screw you.
That is bizarre.
I mean, that is...
What is happening to Australia?
Oh, you ain't seen nothing yet, my friend.
Really?
Oh, wait. Okay, when you're watching this clip here, this news clip, just keep in mind, this is Australia, not China. I tell you, Australia is the sandbox for the WEF on what they want to do to Western society. Watch this. Ugh.
A radical plan to crack down on social media abuse is being considered by the federal government. For more, Nine's Oliver Haig joins us live in Adelaide. Ollie, how will it work?
Layla, good morning. Essentially, it will work the same as a passport. Australians forced to submit 100 points of identification, like their driver's licence or passport, when using social media accounts like Facebook and Twitter. Now, police would have access to those social media accounts, and it's all part of a crackdown on online abuse.
Police
now,
will have access
could be liable for defamation suits or even criminal prosecution, and it's all part of a plan hoping to deter people from engaging in bad behaviour. Now, the recommendations were handed down by a federal parliamentary inquiry. They're reforms that are being considered by the Morrison government, with the chairman saying there is merit to remove the veil of being anonymous. Layla?
Oh, there you go. Got to remove the veil of being anonymous. Well, I got news for you. Not everybody has that ability. I don't. That's a big argument among a lot of people. Should you be anonymous online? You know what? You don't want to lose your job? You probably need to express yourself by being anonymous online. Don't you think?
Yeah, and they're doing this point system.
Yeah,
like China is.
They're trying it out, Pat. It's a trial run, Pat. Come on.
I didn't realize they were doing the point system, the social points.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Police,
why would you follow them down that road?
And access to your...
My gosh.
Well, we followed China down the road explicitly. Fauci, that's what we have uncovered in this deposition. That 100%. China was doing masks, doing lockdowns. Yeah. Mm-hmm. We're doing it in America. And now you've got this stuff here. I mean, look.
Frightening.
Yeah, if you're a politician or a celebrity... you can get online and express yourself and maybe be ridiculed or praised or whatever. But if you're trying to hold down a job and still express yourself as an American, you can be anonymous. Stop.
God, wow, that is really creepy.
It's terrifying where the West is headed, and at a rapid pace.
It just shows you, too, that when you've got these leftist leaders, they're just pulling countries headlong into socialism, communism. They love it. That's what they're all about. They're not just a little bit progressive. No, these are communists. And they're taking us down that stinking road.
Yeah, you've got to take the West down.
Look at Trudeau in Canada. He's a perfect example of it, right next door. Taking Canada down that road to hell.
And, of course, the linchpin in taking down the West is the United States of America.
Yep.
And boy, they've got their man in place in there, don't they?
Oh, they do. All right. For years, you've heard me talk about iTarget Pro. And if you have one, I'm about to take you to the next level on it.
All right.
There is a new product from iTarget Pro. It's the iTarget Cube. It's amazing. If you've ever seen competitive shooters practice timing drills on the range, you can do this at home now, anytime you want, and never spend a dime on ammo. The iTarget Cube is fully compatible with your existing laser bullets. You buy one or upgrade to the 3-pack for a truly unique training experience. You can compete with friends that way. You can practice clearing drills or use random mode to test your ability to react, all while the system times every shot you take. We should show you the video so you can see exactly how much fun it is and how it works.
I need this
really
in my life.
Really impressive. Right now, you can save 10% plus get free shipping when you use the offer code PAT. When you go to itargetpro.com, iTarget comes in most calibers from 9mm to .223, so you can train with almost any firearm you have, including an AR-15. That's the letter I, then targetpro.com, itargetpro.com, offer code PAT.
Look, Daddy, teacher says every time a bell rings, an angel gets his wings.
That's right.
That's right. Attaboy. Clarence. Attaboy.
Gray. So a lot of requests have been coming in for how we should do the Friday show.
Yeah.
And obviously a lot of people want to hear impersonations, Pat singing. I wonder, would you be willing to spend 2 hours hosting the show sounding like George Bailey? 2 hours of George Bailey
time?
hosting the show.
I think that'd wear just a tad thin.
You do? Okay.
Yeah, I think it would.
Can I get you in for a
Maybe get me in for 30 seconds or something?
I will put a story in front of you on Friday
Uh-huh.
for you to read in the George Bailey voice.
Okay.
It'll be a Christmas story.
All right.
You'll love it.
I'm sure.
Trained monkey.
Did you see that another journalist died in Qatar?
I just saw that. Yes.
What is going on? Is this, as we've suspected lately, something to do with something that was injected into their body?
Huh?
Or is Qatar killing people because, I don't know, they don't like their lifestyle? Who knows? I don't know what's going on. I just know this is weird. I don't remember this ever happening anywhere before. That's for sure. But they announced Saturday that Al-Qas TV photojournalist Khalid al-Mislam passed away recently. The Qatari reporter died suddenly while covering the FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022 games. We believe in Allah's mercy and forgiveness for him and send our deepest condolences to his family. How and when al-Mislam died remains unclear. But the announcement of his death came on the same day that a security guard was left seriously injured after falling at the Lusail Stadium. An observer told The Guardian that the man fell from a significant height around 2 a.m. Saturday morning following Argentina's quarterfinal win over the Netherlands. The security guard, who reportedly is a migrant worker, is said to have plunged from the top outside concourse to the ground. Oof, bet that was a long fall. And I'm sure nobody pushed him.
So wait a minute.
That kind of stuff just doesn't happen.
Wait a minute. So you've got a security guard dying story. You've got the photojournalist story guy dying.
We have Grant Wall from the other day.
And as I was Googling trying to figure out the photojournalist, I stumbled on this story from earlier in the World Cup. A technical director, Roger Pierce.
Yeah.
Embarking on his 8th World Cup, has passed away.
What? Yeah. Another one?
Yeah.
So that's 4.
Yeah. Roger and his
Well, if you include the security guard who died. Yeah. But that was kind of a different thing because it was gravity that killed him.
Right. I'm trying to see how
it doesn't say how he died. Does it say suddenly?
Yeah.
Because usually they're not. If it says suddenly, they're not sick.
I don't see how Roger Pierce died. But I mean,
it's weird, right?
So weird.
That's a bunch of people for no apparent reason. I don't know what's going on, but I mean, it just goes to show why do they have the games in the first place? They shouldn't have gotten the World Cup in the first place. There are so many places in the world. Maybe you wanted some places never hosted or whatever. Fine. Find somebody else, somebody who doesn't, have an oppressive regime.
Or take bribes.
I'm
sure there's a clean, white, driven snow country
absolutely.
out there that would never...
Just like the Olympic Committee.
Right.
Somebody's getting very, very rich every time this happens. And I'm sure Qatar threw tons of oil money at the committee that decides this stuff. It's just too bad, though, because, now look at this. I don't know that anything, nefarious is going on, but it sure seems bizarre. I'll say that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So this guy, like you said, Khalid al-Islam died suddenly. That's all the reports.
Yeah.
Good name for a documentary, by the way. Died suddenly. Yeah. All the reports are saying that. I was surprised this morning when I saw TMZ use that phrasing. Well, that's how it's being reported. And, Grant Wall died right when he was sitting in his chair. Suddenly.
He died suddenly.
And, this just says, not widely reported worldwide at the time. ITV Sports Technical Director Roger Pierce had passed away at the start of the quadrennial competition in November.
Weird. Wow.
Okay.
So even before the games got going, that guy died. Is that what you're saying?
I think right as they started. Because let's see. U.S. play.
Dang.
Yeah, it's like almost the first day. November 21st, it started right around there.
In addition to social media policing, like that video from Australia, the digital dollar is coming at us pretty fast. How long is this Jordan Peterson
Yeah, we got
clip?
to wait on this one. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we don't have it.
That's what's
we'll
coming.
Get to it on the other side here. But this cashless society is coming at us like a freaking freight train.
As we look ahead to 2023, Pat, this terrifies me more than anything I can see right now.
The light that you see at the end of that tunnel is a train.
A digital train.
A digital train. Move off the tracks. All right. Crazy. So many things have taken us straight to crazy town lately. It's hard to decide what exactly to focus on and fight. So many things coming at us all at once now.
So true.
888-900-3393. More Pat Gray Unleashed coming up.
Pat Gray Unleashed. The Conservative Review.
We don't have a royal family, but we treat either the president or often the federal courts as a monarch. And we think no matter what they do, wow, there's nothing we can do about it. I don't know. We just have to kind of like win an election. And
Welcome. It's Pat Gray Unleashed. Got some tweets here to start out the hour. The right meme tweets, the minute someone comes up with free energy, they'll have a run-in with the Clintons.
That's a fact.
Yeah, that list is getting long. I don't know if you've seen it lately, but it's lengthy.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of coincidence around the Clintons. A lot of dying coincidences.
So, that they may be the only thing that's more prolific at killing than the COVID vaccine. The Clintons.
That, of course, is a Keith Maladak joke, YouTube. That's all. That was just funning with you.
No.
And I know that's not something you joke about.
No.
We're going to scold him later.
I'm completely serious.
We're going to scold you later, Keith, because I know you're kidding.
Off air.
Yeah.
You want to be professional about it.
Right. Yes. Okay. I don't want to do it in front of company. That would be wrong. Jimmy Dimples tweets, glad I visited Australia back in 2006. Candy bars in the supermarket cost $1.50 back then. I don't want to think about what the not melted surcharge is.
I like it. Nice.
From Eric the Great White Shark, is Australia close to tipping over and capsizing? Chris Grayina, just thought about Australia and what's going on with the police, policing social media. It reminds me of Demolition Man. Being fined credits for bad language.
Yeah, it feels like we need to go back and rewatch some of these
dystopian
sci-fi dystopian flicks from the 80s.
Yes, I think so too. Because we're living them now. Feckless Mike White tweets, Kamala finds glass ceilings being broken funny, apparently. I will admit, I'm shocked LA hasn't elected a female mayor before. Although she's not trans, so she's not going to cut it next election.
Gonna have to update that resume.
Ape Lincoln tweets, have authorities looked into the possibility that these reporters are dying as a result of having to cover soccer?
That's a fair point.
Yeah, we should have considered that eventuality immediately. It very well might be. Hey, we'd like to also thank Pathead, Mr. Shawns, for sending us a cornhole game. I don't know why he did that. I guess we were talking about cornhole.
Cool.
So he thought, I'm going to show him how wonderful a sport cornhole is.
I'm going to take Martin to school on that later.
Yeah? All right.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
A lot of skill involved in cornhole.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. So.
Well, remember you had the controversy because of such high stakes that what were they boiling the bag? What were they doing? Freezing them, boiling them.
Oh yeah. They were doing something with the bags.
Yeah.
It was like the inflate gate situation, right?
Deflate, yeah.
Deflate.
So should I put these in a freezer for the rest of the show, and then when
see what happens,
play later?
If you're trying to cheat, yeah.
I just want to win. Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Shawns. We love distractions around here.
Speaking of freezing, apparently we've got some cold weather coming our way, and this is interesting because the European model predicted it, and now pretty much all the models are saying.
I don't know how many models are predicting it.
I know that for Texas, for Dallas, our forecast for the next 10 days is for cold.
Yeah, I'm saying
after today.
I'm seeing that a lot more. And remember, Joe Bastardi, hats off to you. Always ahead of the curve on predicting weather, weatherbell.com. He pointed this out, and now it's becoming more of an accepted, we're about to get blasted by cold air. In fact, Bastardi said that, hey, if you live in Texas, everything is starting to look like the years 1983, 1989. I know I had relatives that had frozen pipes in 1989. I wasn't here. And 2021. Now, I think we all remember 2021. And he's saying that's what it's starting to feel like around Christmas.
Really?
Then I was reading this weather guy's blog or something down in Houston who said, it's starting to look like a distinct possibility that we'll have single digits on Christmas morning.
In Houston?
In Houston.
Oh, wow. Now that, if it's single digits in Houston, that'd be about 10 below here.
Yeah, that's epic.
Wow.
We'll see.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
I mean, are they thinking snow too? That would be fun. That'd be a nice little topping on the cake.
They're starting to, at first they weren't putting that in the forecast. Now you're starting to see snow creep into the forecast.
That's exciting.
Long about a week from tomorrow.
What was the year it snowed on Christmas here in Dallas when we were here?
2012. 2012, it turned it
was like the first time they've ever had in recorded history snow on Christmas in Dallas.
And you recall, it stormed Christmas Eve really badly.
Yep.
And it rained, and then right at noon on Christmas Day, it changed over to snow.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of snow too, man. It was
really fun.
Yeah.
That was great. Gosh, it's been 10 years already.
Time flies.
God, it's crazy.
So I'm looking forward to it. I need some cold air in my life.
Yes.
And just be safe and get prepared.
We've had 70s for a while now, upper 60s, 70s. And today, I think, mid-60s or something. And then tomorrow, it's back into the 50s. And then I think we've got 40s coming.
Yeah, if you watch the Dallas forecast for the next 10 days, it's like a staircase. It just keeps getting colder and colder and colder.
I love it.
Now, we're in Texas. And we're talking about what's coming to Texas. Just understand, if you're above Texas and listening to this show, which most
you're probably
of you
already in the cold.
You're already in the cold, and this cold blast from the north has to go through you first, and it's going to be even worse for you.
Yeah, so.
Please get prepared.
Right. Right. Have some extra, food on hand. Again, My Patriot Supply. This is not a commercial for My Patriot Supply. It's just a really good safety tip.
Oh, you know what? ERCOT. Are you listening? It's going to get cold.
Jeez. So maybe do something with the knobs and buttons and stuff.
Do
so you
something
don't F
right
it up.
now.
Remember in 2021, I don't know, where we had to push buttons that were frozen. Yeah, okay, well, maybe you take some precautions or something. I don't know. They did some dumbass things that really screwed up the state.
Here's what you do. Right now, you get your interns or your low-level folks
Yeah.
You get them ready. Go buy a lot of hair dryers.
Okay.
And just put them on standby to stand next to the turbines or whatever the hell you're depending on when it gets down to 10 below.
Right.
Let's get ready for this, guys.
Okay. And to get ready for buying or selling your home, you need a realtor. A really good one from Real Estate Agents I Trust. This is Glenn's company. He started this thing because he had such a bad experience. We've talked about it many times. In Connecticut, he couldn't sell his home, and it went on for 2.5 years or something. And then sold his house for $39.95.
I hate that for him.
Yeah, I do too. Especially when you pay considerably more for it, and you wind up getting $39.95.
Yeah, it feels like he took a loss on that.
Yeah, it does feel that way. Well, if he paid anything over $39.95, yeah, he took a loss.
Is that how math works?
He took a loss, and he didn't want the same thing to happen to you, and that's why he created these Real Estate Agents I Trust. And it's just a network of really great realtors, the best in every market. And so these are people who know what buyers are looking for. They know how to sell your home and get the most out of it. They know how to, get the most out of your money for the home you're buying. So especially if you're doing both because you're relocating, you need great realtors. RealestateAgentsITrust.com.
Then the Grinch thought of something he hadn't before. Maybe Christmas, he thought, doesn't come from a store. Maybe Christmas, perhaps, means a little bit more.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Oh, by the way, today is the last day we can guarantee delivery at Kexi.com. So by Christmas, I mean.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want the cookies by Christmas, the peppermint York cookie with the York peppermint patty bar inside the cookie, the Grinch with the Hershey's chocolate.
See, that's the one I got
bar.
my eye on.
So good.
If you make a cookie that's filled with something, yeah, that's my weak point right there.
And we do. They're virtually all filled with something. My wife baked these ginger. I mean, she's been there till like 7 o'clock at night, 7 in the morning till 7 o'clock at night doing this stuff. So she's got this delicious new gingerbread. I think there's still some, but usually that sells out really fast. So it may have sold out already. But the cookies, to guarantee delivery by Christmas, get them now at Kexi.com. Kexi.com. Now, that doesn't mean they won't come by Christmas if you order tomorrow. It's just the last day we can guarantee
It's
that.
risky.
Yeah, it is. They may or they may not. I think they probably will, but you never know.
You
so
have nobody
order
to
them today.
blame but yourself.
Exactly right, because I said it.
Today.
All right. Jamele Hill's new book has sold just so many copies.
Oh, my goodness.
She sold more copies than there are people in this room. In fact, in this room and that one combined.
Really?
Yeah. So that's over, what, 4?
At least that many.
Over 4 copies of books were sold by Jamele Hill. Congratulations.
All right.
Jamele.
Woo!
This is so pathetic. For a national figure, supposedly, like Jamele Hill.
Yeah.
She's been on, what, ESPN? I don't know where she is now. Is that what she's still doing?
Yeah, and this article here
She
from Outkick,
sucks.
From Bobby Burek, he points out that, this just shows that liberals, they may have a huge following online.
Yeah.
But that doesn't translate into real world success.
That's true.
1.5 million
Yeah,
followers,
really
I think she has. And how many copies
wow.
you sell?
5,034.
Someone do the math. That's way over Keith's head.
I will say this. That doesn't cover what they gave her up front.
Oh, my gosh.
No way.
Yeah, what do you think she made on that?
We should look that up. It might say somewhere.
What percentage of her followers bought that book?
But I
Martin?
could have told whoever it was, Simon & Schuster or whoever, represents her and distributes her book. Nobody's going to buy it. Should have come to me. You should have asked, but they didn't.
What's the verbiage I'm looking for? Up front.
The
signing.
no,
you know what I mean.
It's the
help us. Signing.
No, you don't know either.
Niner.
Like advance.
Advance.
The advance. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm gonna look that up.
Like advance, maybe. Yeah. It's just that.
Like
it's
whatever.
Just that easy.
He's gonna play that, isn't he?
Complicated word we couldn't come up with. Advance. Yes, her advance. $1 million?
I don't know yet.
$2 million.
I again. Still the
don't
same
know
answer.
Yet. Is that wow?
Still the same answer.
Okay. She told Deadspin that she hoped the memoir would propel her to a, quote, a best-selling author, unquote, a feat she was confident she'd reach. Nope. Yet the book hasn't come close to reaching that status. It's called Uphill. Get it? Because her name is Jamele Hill.
Oh, I got it.
And it's Uphill.
I see.
Has sold just 5,034 copies. Oh my gosh, it's been out since October 25th.
Oh, yeah. So this is,
my gosh.
This is 2 months worth.
I thought this was the debut week.
Dang, dude.
That's bad. Wow. It peaked at 2,961 on the Amazon chart. So she's not a bestseller, but she is the 2,961st bestseller in the world.
How exciting is that? No, you got to read that quote there about what realm is she in? I love this line from Burak on this about the cookbooks and stuff.
Uphill peaked.
It's right next to the little ink there.
Oh, this line from the book: the sales for the memoir are on par with self-published cookbooks from aspiring authors who write as a side hustle, and Hill is a seasoned full-time journalist. That's great.
Self-published cookbooks.
Wow.
Side hustle. That's the league she's in with.
Oh, man.
I have no idea what she got paid up front.
Maybe she didn't get it in advance. Sometimes, I mean, I think it's her first book, but
maybe she's so confident. She's like, I don't need an advance.
Right.
I'm going to be a best-selling author.
I'll just take it all in the backside. All right, you do that. And this is cool. Viking-era ship was discovered in near-perfect condition at the bottom of Norway's biggest lake.
I love this stuff.
Researchers found a downed ship believed to be from between the 1300s to the 1800s. Well, it's a pretty wide spread there.
Wait a minute.
500 years.
Wait, there were Viking ships in the 1800s?
Yeah. I don't think so.
That's cool stuff, though. Look at that, man.
Somehow, despite the passage of time, the craft managed to stay in almost perfect condition. This discovery was made by while the Norwegian Defense Research Establishment was leading a mission that inspected parts of the lake, as it is a source of water for about 100,000 residents. Officials say it appears the ship was built using a Norse technique, which was common during the Viking Age. Look at that. That's really cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. Speaking of Norway, have you watched Troll?
No, I'm not going to watch the freaking movie Troll.
I just broke down the other night and watched it.
Okay, look.
Nobody else was home. I thought, I'll watch Troll.
Long about day 13 of my Christmas vacation.
Yeah.
Check in with me.
Yes,
Have
I know.
you watched Troll yet?
And the answer will be yes, twice. Maybe 3 times.
I might, just so we can have fun mocking it together.
Norway, you might want to leave the movie making to Hollywood. I don't think you're quite there yet. All right?
Is it bad?
It's stupid. Yeah,
Is it?
It's kind of stupid.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
really.
too bad.
It's fun, but, it's Norwegian. It's overdubbed in English.
Oh, no.
And the people are so stupid. You've got this 500-foot troll walking around, and people are calling it a troll. And so the people around them, the scientists and the military people, start mocking the ones who are calling it a troll. Are you looking at the monitor there? It's a 500-foot monster. What do you want to call it?
Hold on a second. Hold on. Okay. So the troll, the 500-foot being, right?
Yeah.
His goal is to, and just a really quick summary here, if we could. Mm-hmm. He just wants to destroy things, right?
Well, that's what you would think at first. I don't want to give away the plot.
Okay, so my point is, they're sitting there arguing, what should we call this freakish 500-foot tall thing roaming around?
Because people are calling it a troll, and that's from fairy tales.
Oh, okay.
So how can you be so stupid to be talking about a fairy tale creature? I don't know. It's right there!
Can we... Okay.
Come on.
Like, this needs to be explored. Because if this was a real world situation, and I'm torn, I don't know the answer to this, would our society be so stupid that we would waste time going, no, I think you should call it tree monster. Oh, yeah? I think you should call it a troll. How about we call it Frank?
Bet we would.
I don't care. Let's call it Bob.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, we need to just get
There's a giant
a
Bob
reaction
walking
to this
down the
thing.
street, and it's smashing houses as it goes, killing people as it moves, because it's really big, and when it steps on you, it hurts a lot. Okay, so
wow,
yeah, you might want
now
to
I gotta
consider
watch.
that.
Now I gotta watch Troll.
You gotta watch it.
I want to mock it.
Yeah, it's fun. It's stupid but fun.
Okay.
If you're a dog owner, you know that taking care of your pet means more than just giving them food and water. You want the best for your dog. And that's where Rough Greens comes in. We've been talking about Rough Greens for a while. This changed my dog Belle's life for the better. And she's much more active and much less lethargic. And I mean, she was so active when she was a puppy. She used to run at the speed of light around the yard. And then now it's like, I'll make it there eventually. I'll get there. Don't worry about it.
It's not the highest priority for her now.
No, it's not. Until Rough Greens. Rough Greens reinvigorated her. So just try this with your dog and watch for the changes. It's great. Put back the vitamins and minerals, probiotics, antioxidants your dog needs and is not getting from the dry kibble stuff. Give it a try. Rough Greens doesn't want you to waste your money on this, so they're going to send you a free bag to get you started. Free bag of Rough Greens for your dog to try out for a couple of days. You just pay the shipping. Just go to roughgreens.com, RUFFgreens.com, or call 833-783-3364. Got some tweets here. Eric White, Christmas, tweets, Jill Biden outperformed Jamele Hill in book sales. Not so much. Yeah, at least we reported this, it was months ago now, but do you remember what the first week of sales was for Jill Biden on her book, her biography?
I know it was bad.
250.
Oh, my.
Period. Not 250,000. 250.
And so this tweeter is saying that...
the Jill sold more than Jamele Hill, which, no.
I mean, that's honestly, that's almost like who's going to win the NFC South, where the first place team is currently 6 wins and 7 losses.
Yeah. Does it matter? I mean, you're talking people that are performing so poorly that it's not even worth talking about. That's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, you got to be trying to be that bad at selling books to be
gotta
Jill
wish.
Biden.
How I wish I wouldn't have put that book out, because it's embarrassing.
Yeah.
That's 250 is embarrassing. Martin could sell. Nobody knows who he is.
Whoa.
Wow.
It's his people.
Feels like a challenge.
I mean, we know who he is.
Write a book,
We'd
Martin.
buy your book, Martin. I'd buy it.
Oh, this audience would buy a Martin's book?
Yeah, they would.
It would sell more than 250 copies in a week.
Copies.
I
for sure.
promise. I put
Guaranteed.
$100 down for that.
If not, I'll buy 250 of your books if you put it out. Because you would sell more than 250 books.
So check this out.
That's ridiculous.
I'm going to go back to this from Mary Beth. The title of this book. Now, this is a challenge to the audience, to the Pat Gray audience, okay? Remember this is a long book. This book is literally just pictures of cute animals that will make you feel better. Okay, that's the name of this book. Remember that. I'm sure you can. Commit it to memory. This book is literally just, okay. I looked it up. It is ranked on Amazon 13,179. Jamele Hill's book right now is ranked 10,431.
Gosh!
Now look.
Wow.
This is a perfect coffee table book.
Let's see if we can get this higher than Jamele Hill's.
I mean, and be proud of yourself. This is just cute animals.
Who did Mary Beth?
Yeah, this was in that big box of stuff that she sent.
I
right?
know. Did she do this or did somebody else?
No. I think she just sent this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't think it says.
All right.
Yeah, so this is just because she knows I like cute animals, right? I mean, look at this. Precious. This is a perfect coffee table book. It's not political. There's no words in it.
White baby tiger. I bet that's rare.
If you have kids, you could just sit there at bedtime and be like, yeah, elephant, baby elephant. Yeah, little puppy dog, little monkey grabbing your little face. Okay, that's not that cute. Let's get this above Jamele Hill.
Please.
So it's called, this book is literally just pictures of cute animals that will make you feel better.
I like it. Let's get it into the, I don't know, I'm gonna be 4 digits.
I'm going to be monitoring that all day.
See if we can get it into the
Amazon.
4 digits.
You got to buy it from Amazon, though. I'm sorry to say.
Mm-hmm.
You want to count the ranking.
How much does it cost? Any idea?
That's a great question.
It's probably fairly cheap.
Let's see here.
Ape Lincoln tweets, Jamele Hill is cut out for the View. Toxic as feck. Yes, that's true.
$14.95.
$15 for that thing?
I mean, but it's
all right.
a coffee table.
I mean, yeah, it's good.
Sorry.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Maybe it'll get above it. I don't know. Publius tweets, there's so much global warming that the Earth has decided that it needs to correct the problem all by itself. You know what? That's what the Earth does.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah. And don't forget.
That's what the Earth does.
I think I mentioned it yesterday, right? CNN has the story that, oh my gosh, they're having to use snow machines. I can't remember if we talked about this or if I just tweeted this out. They have to make snow in the Rockies right now. That's how bad global warming or climate change is. And I said, no. Give it a week, and they're going to say, climate change is why there's so much snow in the Rocky Mountains. I am waiting for that story because it's
going to happen
already.
Yeah, it's going to happen. So ridiculous.
Yep.
888-900-3393. Also, Pat Unleashed. On Twitter, we got Hillary Kennedy, who'll be in here in just minutes. Recap the UFC. Now by Hillary Kennedy of the 4-Minute Buzz. Welcome, Hillary.
Thank you for having me back in.
Apparently, there was another UFC event over the weekend.
There was. This was UFC 282 in Las Vegas. I'm going to be completely honest. I only watched one fight this time because it was kind of a crazy weekend.
Oh, okay.
But
it wasn't like you were disinterested.
No, it was one of those weekends where it was just all the Christmas activities and kids' birthday parties and a memorial service. So it was just kind of a lot of things. So I was really tired by the time UFC rolled around. But this fight I think is the one that everybody's talking about. So I wanted to talk about this one. Paddy Pimblett. He's known as Paddy the Baddy. He's from Liverpool, England, and people are sort of hailing him as the next Conor McGregor. So he fought a guy named Jared Gordon, and this fight was a big deal because this was Paddy's pay-per-view debut.
Oh, wow.
I said pay-per-view debut, yeah.
Wait a minute. How do they delineate which ones are on just regular, like ESPN or whatever?
The one, like this
I think all the numbered UFC fights.
Oh, so the big ones every month? Okay,
yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this was a big deal. He fought Jared Gordon, who's a great fighter, and they were very evenly matched. This was a great fight as far as, it wasn't just a clear winner, so you were kind of trying to figure out the whole time who was going to win. Gordon was a really smart fighter. He did a lot of mixing it up. He was striking, grappling, all that. But in the end, it went to decision, and the judges chose Paddy as the winner. And most of us watching thought for sure Gordon was the winner.
Oh, no.
Really?
Is he now the Tom Brady of UFC?
Yes. So it's caused a lot of controversy. And many people are saying it is because Paddy Pimblett is kind of larger than life, just like Conor McGregor. He's got a huge personality. He's young. He's charismatic. He'll say anything. He's kind of like, I'll fight anybody, anywhere kind of guy. And so Dana White likes those personalities. Those are the ones that bring the eyeballs. They make a lot of money. And so a lot of people are kind of crying that...
You think it was fixed?
That Paddy...
Do you?
It's tough because I like Paddy Pimblett. I mean, again, he's got that same sort of Conor McGregor personality, and I like those kinds of fighters because I feel like they're very well-rounded.
Did he win the fight,
I did not think he won.
Aha!
Oh, wow.
Sorry, I didn't think he won.
Was it bloody, though? Was
it
there
was
enough
not
blood for
bloody
you?
enough.
Oh,
No,
darn
Gordon
it.
got in some really good left hooks, which I thought was nice, but there was not enough carnage for my liking.
So hold on, you need to look up bloodiest fight of the night, and then you can go back and watch.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And that way you don't waste your
I just
time.
need to have that bookmarked on my computer so I can go back and watch them all. But anyway, Jake Paul, the YouTuber boxer, he's kind of been calling Paddy out and wanting to fight him too. Paddy is not a good boxer, but anyway, he's wanting that fight. And he even insulted Dana White and tweeted, "Being a UFC fighter with zero rights and no control is amazing if you're one of Dana White's favorites." So he said, "You can even do a food review for free to drive up his views. What a league. Y'all deserve better."
Ooh, wow.
So he also thought Paddy lost. Apparently.
And Jake Paul knows if he got in the ring with a UFC fighter and they were fighting UFC rules, if it was a mixed martial arts fight,
right,
he gets his ass kicked.
100%.
By any of those guys in the UFC. The only way he has a shot is if it's It's a boxing match with those great big gloves.
Yes.
That are 5 feet thick. That's the only way he has a chance.
That's why he loves to talk trash with all of the UFC fighters and on Dana White.
Right.
Okay, hold on a second. You said there wasn't a lot of blood. Somebody posted, it doesn't have the names. It just says, one of the bloodiest UFC fights I've ever seen. And so what you need to do is go and check the tape.
Okay.
And if you
the Patty and Jordan fight?
No. It's somebody wearing yellow shorts in the ring. And somebody said that's one of the bloodiest fights. It says gruesome stuff.
Ooh.
And it's got this slow motion. It's pretty nasty.
Bloodiest one I think I've ever seen is Conor McGregor and Nate Diaz.
Uh-huh.
I think they're, I don't know, second or third fight. One of those. It was a bloodbath. I mean, there was a pool of blood
and those
in
guys,
the ring.
They really have some stamina, and you can't even imagine how they're getting back up and getting back up. Yeah.
It's.
I'll have to go back and watch all the highlights.
Look for the guy in the yellow trunks. Apparently, that's the bloodiest fight.
All right. So there's some news about like a survey done about the Biden stuff and laptop.
So I think the last time I was in here, I talked about the Hunter Biden laptop contents are now online. Anybody can view them. That was at bidenlaptopreport.marcopolousa.org.
There's an interesting meeting. I don't know if this is in your stuff, but that people are honing in on where he met with Obama. So it sounds
interesting.
There's something there.
Well, I think there's a lot of us that have been following this from the beginning and always thought that it was authentic, but not everybody thought so. But there is a survey, like you mentioned, it's done by Tip Insights, and respondents say, 3/4 of survey respondents say voters lacked critical information about Hunter Biden's laptop during the 2020 elections, and half would have voted differently.
What? Half
of them, which is really interesting. 71% they say that the election would have played out differently. And, all of this is just really starting to gain momentum thanks to Elon Musk breaking out the Twitter files.
Yeah.
But it says, first of all, too, for people who are like, well, who did the poll? Well, the Tip Insights survey, this thing has been around for 30 years, and they've conducted surveys on all kinds of diverse topics and issues. They have the distinction of being known as the most accurate poll of this century, and it's the only poll to accurately predict the winner of the last 5 U.S. presidential elections. So this isn't some fly-by-night polling place.
I wonder, did they predict Biden then?
I believe they did. And this survey, they surveyed 501 adults who follow the Hunter Biden story. 2/3 believe the details about Hunter Biden's chaotic lifestyle of drugs, prostitutes, and overseas business dealings are authentic. And that includes 81% of Republican voters and 48% of Democrats.
Half of Democrats believe that the stuff therein is true.
Right. And 2/3 say the FBI and the intelligence community deliberately misled the public by urging Facebook and Twitter to stop spreading stories.
That's a nice shot. Okay, good.
I just requested it be taken down. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, please.
Hold on a second. I was distracted there. 2/3. What was it about the FBI and CIA?
2/3 of respondents said the FBI and the intelligence community deliberately misled the public by urging Facebook and Twitter to stop spreading stories, and saying it was deemed misinformation. So it's interesting because the House Republicans have invited Elon Musk to testify in their investigations over Hunter Biden. So he's facing allegations of illegal business dealings in China and Ukraine that, could implicate his father, even though President Biden says he's never, ever spoken to his son about his foreign business dealings.
That's so ridiculous. Yeah. If anybody believes that, I have some really good property to sell you. And
where is it?
It's in Siberia, but it's beautiful. I don't want Siberia to sound misleading because this is really nice property. Yeah.
Okay.
Really, really nice property.
We'll talk later.
All right. Thank you, Hillary.
Yeah, thanks
We'll be watching for you on the 4-Minute Buzz. Meantime, got to tell you about preborn because tragically every minute, unborn lives, unborn babies' futures are sucked out of existence. But amid that darkness, there's a light that shines, and that's preborn. Preborn introduces mothers considering abortion to their unborn babies through an ultrasound. So the expectant mother has a chance to hear the heartbeat, to see the baby inside, and that 80% of the time that changes everything. And they choose life. And then preborn doesn't just stop. They love and support these mothers with maternity clothes afterward, diapers, counseling, and all kinds of help for these moms for free for up to 2 years. So that's where your donation comes in. For just $28, you can rescue a baby's life. For $140, you could sponsor 5 ultrasounds. And now, because of matching funds, your gift is doubled. 100% of your donation will go towards saving babies. 100%. Our goal is to save 50,000 Blaze babies. Please join us. Just dial pound 250, say the keyword baby, that's pound 250, keyword baby, or donate securely at preborn.com/Pat.
Unleashed.
A retired Navy SEAL made famous after coming out as trans has announced the detransition. Okay. Something we're hearing about more and more and more every day. A retired Navy SEAL who became famous almost 10 years ago after coming out as transgendered announced that he's detransitioning and called on Americans to wake up about how transgender health services are hurting children. Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you. I take full responsibility. He said, I went on CNN and everything else, and that's why I'm here right now. I'm trying to correct that. Good for you. His name is it Robbie Beck?
I think that's right, yeah.
It's Chris Beck.
Chris Beck.
Formerly known as Kristen Beck. And then formerly otherwise known as Chris Beck again.
I see.
Yeah.
I see how that works.
Beck gained notoriety in 2013 when he spoke with CNN's Anderson Cooper about transitioning to a woman. I was used. I was very naive. And I was in a really bad way. And I got taken advantage of. I got propagandized. I got used badly by a lot of people who had knowledge way beyond me. They knew what they were doing. I didn't, he said. Dang. Beck served in the Navy for 20 years, including on SEAL Team 6.
Wow.
Wow. He was deployed 13 times. 13 times in Afghanistan and Iraq. And got more than 50 medals and ribbons for his service. Holy cow. Beck said he's speaking out about transgenderism to protect children in the current political climate. He said that because there are gender clinics all over America taking advantage of these kids. There are thousands of gender clinics being put up all over America. As soon as kids go in and say, I'm a tomboy, or this makes me feel comfortable, and then a psychologist says, oh, okay, you're transgender. And then the next day, you're on hormones. The same hormones they're using for medical castration for pedophiles.
God.
Now they're giving these to healthy 13-year-olds. Does this seem right? He said. This is why I'm trying to tell America to wake up. Beck said that when he began transitioning, it took an hour-long meeting at Veterans Affairs to be offered hormones. An hour.
Wow. Wow. And this was years ago. This isn't even...
Yeah, this was in 2013.
My goodness.
I walked into a psychologist's office, and in one day, I have a letter in my hand saying I was transgender. I was authorized for hormones. I was authorized for all this other stuff. I had so much going on in my system when I started taking these. Some of that was paid for by the VA, and I'm sorry to the American people that I did that.
Wow.
Gosh, you just feel bad for him, you know, and all he's been through.
Yeah, I mean, and he's apologizing to everybody.
Yeah.
My goodness.
And, you know, he was going through something, as he said. And then people took advantage of him. He's been off the hormones for about 7 years now. This is a $1 billion industry between psychologists, surgeries, hormones, between chemicals, between follow-up treatments. There are thousands of gender clinics popping up all over our country, and each one of those gender clinics is going to be pulling in probably over $50 million. That's really something.
It's insanity.
So good for him for speaking out, because we need that. We need people who understand what's happening and can warn people. Just come on. Hang on. If you've got an 11-year-old or 12-year-old or 8-year-old, for heaven's sakes, going through this, don't just rush to start getting them hormones and blocking their puberty. It's a natural occurrence, and there will be consequences to doing that.
Yeah, and quite frankly, don't let them out of your sight.
Yeah.
If they are going through this identity crisis, the last place they need to be is a public school.
That's for sure.
Where they are going to be shepherded to one of these clinics like this guy was telling us about. It's madness. It is complete and total madness. And I bless you.
Thank you. I think that's only the second time I've ever sneezed on the air.
I mean, God blesses you. I can't. I don't have
Yeah,
that
right.
power. There's not a chance that I have that power.
That's for sure.
So anyway, it was the only second time you've ever sneezed on the air?
I think so.
Oh, I do it in this hellhole all the time, man.
And they've both been in here.
Yeah. Oh.
I need to bring in that. I'm going to bring it in today.
Yes, bring in the Eden Pure.
Bring in the Eden Pure, the
Thunderstorm?
Thunderstorm.
Put it right here.
Put it right there.
Right here.
Mm-hmm.
It lives in these walls, stuff that makes us sneeze.
Yeah. And blows in through that vent,
and then
up there.
Yeah, and then Jeffy comes in here and just makes it even worse.
We lose when we're not even sick. I keep losing my voice, and it's probably because of that. So,
it's a fact.
It is.
Yeah.
Pennsylvania school board member refuses to vote for cis white male for president because that would be the wrong message to send.
Like the school board president or whatever it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
An Upper Moreland school board member said she would not vote for the only white cis man on the board for the role of president because it sends the wrong message to the community.
Wow.
What message is that?
Wow, that is racist and genderist.
Yep. What a bigot.
I know.
A Willow Grove, Pennsylvania school board member said she would not vote for the only cis white male on the board, despite prefacing the comment that he would make an excellent president. Oh, well, then that makes a lot of sense, right? He'd make an excellent president, but you're not going to vote for him because he's white and he considers himself a man because he is a man. During the meeting, school board treasurer Jennifer Solett led the motions as acting president until a new president was elected. Two names were considered, April Steinbach and Greg Delia. Just before the vote, Solett weighed in on who she would be voting for. I believe that Mr. Delia would make an excellent president. However, I feel that electing the only cis white male on this board, president of this district, sends the wrong message.
Screw you. These people are gross.
A message that is contrary to what we as a board have been trying to accomplish. What, are you trying to eliminate all white people from existence? What are you doing?
Huh.
That's absolutely
sexist,
asinine,
racist,
probably illegal.
Yeah.
Wow. So, I guess doesn't say whether he won or not. I guess he didn't. Mrs. Steinbach has done an exemplary job when it came to a vote. Members voted for Steinbach was a lone vote. Yep. Only the only vote Delia got, the white cis male, was from himself.
Oh, come on.
Everybody else voted for the other person.
But he would have been excellent, except for
he would have been excellent.
Whitey McDude part.
Yeah, except for the fact that he's pretty sure he's a man, and he is. And he's Whitey, a freaking Casper.
So we were told that discrimination was wrong.
Is wrong.
Right? Mm-hmm. And then people like this lady started doing it on the DL. Mm-hmm. And now they're just
now it's not even on the DL.
They're like, we don't care. We don't care if it's illegal. We're totally doing this.
It's in your face now.
Yeah.
No. I'd vote for him, and he'd be great.
Yeah.
Probably be the best district president of all time. But I'm not going to vote for him because he's white.
What are you going to do to stop us? Huh? You going to come at us?
No, nobody's coming at him. Nobody's going to make... This will be the last you ever hear of it.
Yeah.
Nobody will say anything.
Oof.
Nobody will do anything. Poor guy just got voted down because he's a white man.
Well, that'll teach him.
Yeah, that'll teach him.
Mm-hmm.
Learn him some manners.
Yep.
Maybe you'll start to have some questions about your gender after this.
And if your name is Rachel Dolezal and you try to be black, then you'll get rightfully ridiculed for trying to change your race like that.
Well, and that's appropriation, too.
Appropriation.
Yeah, you
so
don't want
what's this
that.
guy supposed to do? Know his place.
He'd know his place.
Down there.
That's what he's supposed to do.
Way down the old bottom rung of society.
Yes, sir.
That's what you get for being a straight white male.
And you deserve it.
Yeah.
For being a straight white male.
Thank you.
What a world.
So bad.
Once in a lifetime find of 1,300-year-old necklace.
Oh, more history stuff?
So historians are pretty psyched about it.
All right.
1,300-year-old necklace beaded with gold and semi-precious stones has been discovered in an early Anglo-Saxon burial site under a construction project in central England. The location is being hailed as the most significant female burial site from the era discovered in Britain.
Wait, we're saying female? I thought we weren't supposed to. Remember, we've had a story where we said on these archaeological digs, we got to stop saying they're male or female when we find them.
That's right. Wow, they're not abiding by that.
Well, this is a hateful publication, whatever this is.
I should probably just throw this away.
Yeah, it's lost all credibility. Whatever else it's got to say about this find. Wait, yeah. No, they're saying this is like the earliest Christian-related find in Britain ever.
Oh, really?
So they're saying that these might be like
that's cool.
first or second generation Christians in Britain, probably. They said brought the gospel or what they said, but
so it'd be about 700 AD in there somewhere.
Sure,
that's kind of cool.
Yeah, very cool.
There's also some more history here. So this is a little more recent history, though.
Okay.
New documents are shedding light on the CIA's connection to Lee Harvey Oswald.
No, wait a minute.
Yeah.
All signs point to the government doing this now. I'm shocked.
Isn't that shocking?
Nothing is.
No. A core of researchers looking into it say they have unearthed proof that Lee Harvey Oswald was involved in an operation by the CIA just a few months before the killing, reigniting questions about whether Oswald was truly alone in his decision to kill the youngest man ever elected president. In a Tuesday press conference at the National Press Club, Jefferson Morley, a veteran of the D.C. Press Corps and a preeminent expert on JFK's assassination, told reporters that he and attorneys with the foundation obtained documentation relating to a still classified... Why? Why is any of this stuff classified anymore? Come on.
I know.
There's absolutely no reason for that. It was 1963. I think any security concern you had from that period of time is behind us. But they're going to use that forever. Because, and we're, just like the alien stuff, we're just not going to find out anything of substance. They're just not going to tell us. Because it's probably just too shocking, too embarrassing for the government, and so they can't let us know. Because obviously, if the CIA was involved in killing JFK, that's really bad.
So that
is really bad.
3 months before the assassination, CIA meets with
Lee Harvey Oswald.
Now, here are what conspiracy theorists have ascribed to various motives here for the CIA involvement. Possible deals here.
Yeah.
He had fired the CIA director, Alan Dulles. Kennedy's refusal to provide air support at the Bay of Pigs invasion. Kennedy's plan to cut the agency's budget by 20%. Belief that the president was weak on communism. So you got four.
So they decided he had to go.
Yeah,
is the implication.
That's the CIA connected Kennedy theories.
Wow.
In 1979, of course, we know that the House Select Committee on Assassinations concluded the CIA was not involved. Oh, of course not. I mean, so the government is going to investigate the government. Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. So which do you believe? Russians? CIA? Cubans?
LBJ?
That's
LBJ was
another interesting aspect.
Human being.
Hideous.
I don't put anything past LBJ.
Literally one of the worst presidents in the history of this nation.
As far as governance and human being.
And just not a good guy.
Mm-hmm.
Or was it Ted Cruz's dad? Rafael Cruz. Because we can't discount that. I mean, Trump came up with that years ago. How do we know that he's not in on something? We don't. We don't know.
We don't.
So do you think the CIA thing is the most
I want to know
promising
I want to know
theory?
if the CIA met with Ted Cruz's dad, Rafael Cruz.
That's what we need to look into. Where was he in 1963? Huh? Let's find that out. And that'll be the key to this situation. All right, we got overtime coming up, and then we'll see you back here with Jeffy to chew the fat tomorrow.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.